to take this giant ass dick and I'm going to run out the door. Right?
Do they call that a dong and gone?
Explain the strain.
It was grown soilless. Soilless, which means this is hydroponic chronic.
Welcome to Always Room for More. I'm your host, Chris Moore. With me always, the beautiful Katrina Penny.
Hello.
And our friend, Ryan.
Hi there, I'm Ryan.
Well, our best friend, Ryan. Our other best friend, Spinny. Well, again, he's off. You know, he has a lot of shit, you know. Like I said before, I think in the last episode. He has bands. He has his podcast. He has a life.
He's got 2 bands, a podcast, work.
2 jobs, even. I think. Technically, this would be a 3rd job when he edits this stuff.
Yeah. It's a hard-working man.
Thank you, Spinny.
Yeah, we appreciate you or something like that.
Yeah, so in honor of him, we're going to take this toke.
That sounds good. Oh. My pipe's actually dead right now, so I'm going to pack a quick one. That's okay.
It's not like we ever start the podcast with a toke or anything.
Well, to be fair, I started the podcast like abruptly with him again, without giving him heads up, which is the norm normally lately. Yeah, we're Spinny-less again. It's just the 3 of us tonight because, well, we needed to prove to ourselves that we can do it a 3-man band every now and then.
We don't need him.
Yes, we do. We need you, Spinny.
Yeah. Apparently, we're too freaking stupid after being shown about 5 times how to freaking set up this goddamn recording to still not get it right. We're not recording with headphones right now because we cannot get it to work.
I wasn't going to talk about that. But,
I don't even fucking care. I don't even fucking care. We need Spinny. Yeah. Just to show that he's fucking appreciated. We can't fucking do it without you, bud.
Well, we certainly can't do it while we're high without him. That might be the issue. We try and set this up, and then we should have our tokes.
I would say that's wrong, but yeah, this happened last week too. We fucked up. I couldn't figure out how to.
We had to fucking call him. We're like, hey, buddy, I know you can't be here, but can you video chat us? Because just like, oh my god. And then he ended up having to come over anyway to fucking fix it.
And it turned out to be my fucking stupid thing because he edits them. I do the write-up for them. So, like, the spiels and stuff for them, like, on our websites and all that stuff, that's all done by me. So, we decided that we were going to... I was going to listen to the raw episodes on our editing program. And then he would, then edit it, and I would write the spiel for it. Well, I forgot to change the fucking... what do you call it? The output of the audio from our mics, or back from the computer back to the mics. So we were sitting there trying to record the last episode, and nothing was recording because we were recording through the mic of your laptop. And,
right. Yeah. So the 3 of us are not sound engineers.
No.
And, don't take the people that take care of your sound, don't take them for granted, because they're granted.
Granite?
Granite. That was very Canadian. Like, don't take it for granted. It's just like, because I didn't pronounce it. Granted.
Can I take it for amethyst?
Ha!
Shale, maybe?
The shale. That's a fun word to say. Shale.
Take it for shite. Sometimes I just say shit, and your brain's just like, what, Ryan?
It's all in her face. You can read it in her face. Just that moment of, You're really that dumb, aren't you?
Processing.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Not relevant.
And some
No,
things
how?
you just can't pick up on podcast is just the looks that I give Ryan some days. Is just literally, what the fuck did you? What came out? What did you just say? Like, I can't fathom you sometimes, and you break my brain.
Thank you. I believe that's a compliment.
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You can feel the love in the room. You can really feel it.
Sued.
Disney sues.
They very easily.
The love tonight.
success.
I'm done.
I think we say that in every episode. I think we're gonna get sued by somebody or someone.
You know, maybe if we're ever on their radar, we might. But I don't think we're that popular, so I think we're okay. But you want to know something? I think we should just cover our asses. But it's really hard for me because everything... I have a song for everything. Like,
It's true.
I can't... You can't
don't.
say a sentence to me and I can't not relate to a song. Like, I'll come up with a lyric. And it's just really difficult. You've all heard it. I do it all the time, even under my breath. So...
Yeah, it makes it some of the podcasts. Makes it up there.
I try and do really little snippets so I don't get in trouble. You get the gist, just the slight gist.
Well, I think we're allowed a couple minutes or a couple seconds of a song before they have to be like, hey, that's ours.
And I mean, if I do it really off key, does that count?
No, because they don't sue America's Got Talent or American Idol contestants that butcher the shit out of those songs.
I don't know, but I'm sure those shows have like licensing and stuff like that.
Yeah, they probably have to pay a shitload of money to the artists and all that shit. I
don't know how that would work because like it's a cover, right?
Yeah, it's not the original music.
What? I know there's something like parodies. You can do parodies of songs without getting in trouble.
Yeah, and you can do covers. Like there's covers all over YouTube, but you got to just if it's too good and it's too close to the original, they like will get like weird.
Well, the Deadpool, the Deadpool musicals are like just basically redone Disney musical songs with Deadpool lyrics. I've showed you those on. There's the Gaston
but again, they've
one.
like that's a parody, so yeah.
Yes, I mean like that's what I mean. Like, you can get away with parodies.
But I don't want to sing a parody. I want to sing.
But we're trying to write that one parody for the Disney
No,
song.
save it. No. That parody is a little controversial, and I don't think we're gonna go there.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm proud of it though. Nobody will know what I'm talking about, but I'm proud of it.
It'll be an inside joke. Maybe it might come out one day. If we actually finish writing the rest of the lyrics for it.
No, I don't want to because it's bad. It's bad.
It could be so bad that it's good.
It's like, it just reminds me of like Mad TV sketch comedy bullshit, you know, and SNL and that kind of, you know.
Oh, that's priceless. Yo, maybe you guys are sitting on some gold.
Sit on a gold mine.
One day.
One day.
You'll never know until it just comes out one day on YouTube. We've made a whole fucking video for it. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Like, what if we do, all right, and we make money off of it, then we donate that money to a good cause.
To the cause that we're making fun of.
Yeah, and, you know, to, you know, people, you know, that really need to learn, you know.
We're being very vague, and I don't want to go any further into this because people are like, what the fuck are they talking about?
That's what makes it even a little bit more funnier.
They'll never know. Honestly, though, I love, like, making up bad lyrics to songs. They're so fun.
Well, one of me and Ryan's favorite artists, Weird Al, you know, we love a lot of Weird Al.
He was a classic. He used to make parodies of everybody. He did a couple parodies of
I think everybody's familiar with who Weird
Michael
Al
Jackson.
is.
For sure. Oh, yeah. He did a lot of those.
He's done everything, but it's like kind of like you've made it if you've been covered by if you've been
Exactly.
parodied by Weird Al.
In the music business, if you've been parodied by Weird Al, you've made it. In the rap business, if you've been dissed or beat or, like, you know, by Eminem, you've made it.
If you've gotten into a battle or a diss battle with Eminem, you've made it.
There's all these stepping stones and all these genres.
Stepping Stones, good song by Eminem.
Oh shit! Look at that. Did you even mean to do that?
Was that a song?
Yeah, he's actually fun facts about that song. Not really facts, but that song's about D12, right? So like, and he's talking about how like he's sorry. He's basically apologizing to all the members of D12 for walking all over them to get to where he is today. It's a really good song. I enjoyed it. Yeah, so Stepping Stones by Eminem. If you like rap, that's a good one. Cause he's talking about some like real shit. It's not like his just normal diss tracks. It's his like, hits more of his serious stuff. So I like that one. Personally.
Interesting. I'm gonna look that one up when I get home.
I'm surprised actually. Like I might play it after we're done. I'll show you after we're done. I'm surprised you haven't heard it, but some of his newer stuff, like if you haven't come across it, then you might not hear it, kind of thing. Like, because I didn't even know that he'd come out with a new album until you had told me, Chris, that he'd come out with one, and I'm like, oh shit!
Yeah, Music to Be Murdered By or something.
Something like that. So I was just like, oh crap! And I don't even know how long ago that was. And I think he's come out with like even newer stuff since then. So it's just,
Speaking of like
hard to keep up.
Speaking of people who release new stuff and you're hard to keep up with, I didn't realize, not that I didn't realize. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the pod before yet because it's been a couple weeks now since it's been like out there. But Rob Zombie's directing a new Munster movie.
Oh yeah, you did mention that. Yeah.
Oh.
Did I mention it on the pod? Because that's fucking. I know I mentioned it to you in public or not.
In person.
In person, off pod. But yeah, that's like, oh my god, I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
You did bring that up, and I'm pretty stoked to see that.
Because I keep seeing him like release photos of like they're redoing the mansion. Like they're not like redoing it; they're like making that fucking mansion. So he's got like the blueprints on how to make the Munster mansion.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Thank God, I was afraid that they might go the Addams Family route and do another fucking animation. Like that's cool for kids and stuff. It's great, but I want to see a live action Addams Family again. Like,
yeah, I mean, you gotta kind of cater to the people that grew up with it too, you know? Like, yeah, make one for this generation as well. Like, that might be a little more cartoony, a little more kid-friendly, that, you can introduce today's kids to what it is in a little more gentler way. But for the hardcore old-school fans, they want to see that come back to life and see a new take on it, I think. So, for sure, because, like, I love the live-action Addams Family stuff, right? I never watched the cartoon stuff.
Well, no one can touch Raul Julia like that. That motherfucker. He's a great actor. R.I.P. Long time, but he's. I loved him on Addams Family. I don't know if you probably never seen the movie Street Fighter. Remember the movie Street Fighter? Like the first Street Fighter with Van Damme as fucking Guile.
Oh no, like 90s.
Oh yes.
I bet you my brother would if I had him here asked right now. I bet you he would.
Oh, for sure, because like that was like
sounds familiar.
Huge.
Who played Chun-Li?
I don't know her name. She wasn't like a huge actress. She was at least Asian, I think. So they at least got that right.
Huh?
Ryu was Asian, thank God, and they made Ken a little weird. He was American because Ken's supposed to be American, but like, he didn't look like Ken to me. He looked more like Johnny Cage, to be honest. I'll be honest with you guys. I looked at him and was like, that's like a Johnny Cage double. But yeah, that movie is fucking awesome. Raul Julia plays Bison, and he has like this fucking amazing fucking scene.
I'm sorry. I'm going to address it. I
tried not to.
I can't. What the fuck was that?
Nothing?
You just had a little jitter. You just kind of jolted a little bit.
I think my body might have very, very quickly went to sleep and then very, very quickly came back.
I'm sitting here and I'm like looking between Chris and I'm looking between you. Excuse me. And like all of a sudden, like you're listening to him talk and all of a sudden just jolt. You just fell asleep real quick but woke up. It was like, it wasn't even a second. It was just like, when you're, okay, for viewers, when you're falling asleep and you feel like you're falling in real life and you go to try and catch yourself?
That's kind of
You know,
what it was.
that's what it looked like he was trying to do, is like he felt like he was falling and he was about to catch himself.
Or you know, when you're falling, you're like getting stoned, falling asleep, and you're holding your bong or pipe, and it starts to slip from your fingers when you're falling asleep, and that's what jolts you awake because you're like, oh shit. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that
Chris,
could have been it.
you know that feeling really well, don't you, bud?
No.
Let's leave me out of this. I plead the fifth.
That-
I smoke weed about it.
That's fair. You know that feeling where you're kind of falling asleep and you kind of get those extended blinks? I don't know, those blinks that you're fighting.
That's
And it's
sleeping,
like,
bro.
yeah. You get those blinks, and then every time you open your eyes, you're like, how long was that blink? Like, reality, it was just like a fucking split second, like that one that just happened, and it's like, fuck, just jolted awake there.
Yeah, but then you get those blinks where you blink, it's noon. You blink again, it's now 3.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, I gotta get out of this fucking chair.
I don't know how many times I've come home and Chris is just in his gaming chair, totally passed out. And I walk up to him and I'll stand there for a good couple minutes. Like, is he like really out or is he just closing his eyes? Because sometimes I catch him right when he's just slightly past, like just sort of dozing. And then there's other times where he's full on just snoring, sawing logs on the chair. And I'm like, okay, well. And I'm like poking his leg like, Christopher. And then that's not working. So I'm like, Christopher!
So this is where we're going. Okay. How about the times you fall asleep at your art desk, almost putting your face in art or paint? I mean, in art. Who's art?
Is that a thing?
Who's art?
Or the times I've caught you falling asleep at the table yourself and almost dropping your bong, and
So, needless to say, the moral of the story is we're stoners and we fall asleep no matter where we are, okay?
well, the moral of the story is if you're getting a stone, make sure you put your bong down every now and then.
Yeah,
so you
don't
can
hold
pass
on
out.
to your bong. Put it on a flat surface that you cannot knock over. Oh, man.
Indica is dangerous,
And
Proceed
how?
with caution.
right? And you wonder, why do we keep going to the store, Chris, the dispensary, and we be sitting there going, what kind of weed do we want? I'm going to go with 25.9% THC. That's the highest they had available. I was like, you know what? That sounds great to me. Like, man,
Sativas,
why
though.
am I falling asleep when I smoke this stuff?
No, you want to know what's funny? I finally went into the dispensary. Okay, so yes, go me. I've only gotten to do the curbside or online orders, right? So, I finally got to go in the other day, and it was gorgeous in there. That was my first time ever being in Forest City marijuana, so I was very excited, and I was just like, oh my god, the screens, they're so pretty, and like the casing is so pretty, and it's so clean. I was really excited, and we were like looking at the different like sativa and indicas and like the hybrid area, right? I couldn't decide, and I'm just like, part of me wants indica so I can go to sleep. The other part of me doesn't want indica because I'd like to be able to function and do art and not immediately pass out as soon as I get home from work.
Yeah, right.
That's true. That's true. I got to start using it to my advantage and smoking it like with some strategy, kind of like Chris.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he said the same thing. He's like, I use that indica to go to bed, man. Smoke that in the last hour.
I just learned from the Grand Master, Joey Coco Diaz.
Joey Coco Diaz is the
If
shit.
you follow him on Twitter, he is amazing. He's a comedian. He's fucking hilarious. He has some great life stories.
He's a little controversial, but he is like that. He's like that uncle that always has the most crazy stories that you just want to listen to forever.
Yeah, he's your Uncle Joey from New Jersey.
Uncle Joey from New Jersey.
Anyways, it's his whole regimen of basically when he wakes up, he smokes sativas because he has to get shit done that day. So sativa lets him get shit done. But when he gets home and he has nothing else to do, 8 o'clock rolls around, indica all night long until he fucking passes out. You know, and that's a fucking great way. If you're going to smoke weed, you should smoke sativa to keep your shit done so you can be relaxed, high, and buzzed, and creative.
How to be a productive stoner. Smoke sativa.
Yeah. Don't smoke too much because a lot of sativa does end up acting like indica.
Yeah, like, you gotta moderate because then you just end up being like,
Also, percentage, like, that shit does matter. You might not think too much on the THC percentage, but, like, if you smoke weed on a daily basis, 22 to 25%, you might enjoy that. If you're just an occasional stoner, then, like, I wouldn't go above 20%. It's like 12 to 18 is probably a good range for you. But, like, if you're smoking sativas at 25 to 26% and you're getting tired, that's probably a good reason why. Like,
yeah.
You need to lower your doses, son.
Right?
God damn.
5 bong hits at 26%, that'll fuck up the fucking veteran.
Then you get those vape pems.
Oh.
I'm not gonna
Vape
lie.
pens?
The other day when I left the house, because, like, I mean, I smoke no matter what. Like, no matter when I'm leaving the house, like, I'm one of those people that I just maintain the high, which is probably bad, but whatever. It is what it is. So maintaining that high, I woke up. I was getting ready to leave. I had my bong tokes. I was walking down the street and I was getting the starbursts in my eyes, and I'm like, "Oh, this is happening," and I'm just like seeing like those like colorful dots, and I'm like trying to blink, and I'm just like, so I must have looked fucking nuts walking down the street because I'm literally just like trying to like blink my eyes constantly, and I'm like making this face like trying to like stop the colors in my eyes, which funny enough I'm getting right now because we have the colored lights on. So like as I'm doing it, trying to like just explain what I'm doing, I'm getting the dots. But yeah, it was a real adventure getting down the street the one day.
Well, I don't think you had to worry much in this area nowadays. You probably fit right in with a lot of people around
I
here.
know, that's the sad part. I don't want to, like, because we're in a rougher area, right? So like you get some really colorful folks walking around, and part of me really doesn't want to fit in. I don't want to be looking like I'm just tweaking out on the side of the street, like which I did because I couldn't stop blinking to try and get rid of the dots.
Like, there are some harmless ones, like, obviously, like, the ones that are just mentally not there, and something's obviously unhinged.
Obviously, there is exceptions to every story. There is, people from all walks of life. You never know, like, and addiction is an illness. I am going to say that right now. I do not blame, the person. But you get some sketchy motherfuckers, man.
Well, I was going to say, then there are people out there that are pretty just... They're rough. They're a little rougher, and it's hard to kind of feel a little safe around them, because it's just not easy to feel like they might try to do something, because, like, if you're sitting there holding, a nice phone or something like that, something that they can make money off of, because, I understand there's people out there with some real serious addictions, real serious problems, and again, they need help. I understand that, and I'm not shaming them or anything like that, but again, it's just like...
Your comfort level comes into play as well. You don't mean to be like, like... I'm sorry, like, the amount of times that I've had, like, I've been walking home from work late at night, and I have even just a random dude walking behind me, like, I'm a pretty big female, but it's still nerve-wracking, right? So, like, I'm walking home, and it's just like... I literally have done the thing where I slow down, do a wide berth, and get behind them. So I'm not, I don't like people walking behind me. It's just like, if we're walking on the same side of the walkway, I'm walking behind you, bitch. Like, I'm not, you're not getting the crawl up on me. No.
Well, why should you crawl up on me? I'm just bugging you. That was a rhetorical question.
Well, no offense, Ryan, but she might see you and she'll be like, I don't need to worry about this little fucker.
Yeah, what you doing, little turtle?
No, I had, like, a guy that was, like... I called Chris the one day. It doesn't happen very often, but there was the one day that I had, like, this guy constantly hanging around the store. like across the street and stuff like that, and he was like being very like loud and belligerent and like flipping out kind of thing, just like screaming at the air, and I don't really know what to do.
Was he an older gentleman?
No, he was like 20s kind of ish.
Yeah, because there's that older guy.
No, I know that guy. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yelling.
He's always walking down the one side of the street and, you know, talking to himself. And I'm used to that guy. That guy is normal. I see him all the time. But no, there was this one like guy that I hadn't seen. Like, I'm pretty familiar with the area. I know the regulars, right? But there was this one guy that was just like giving me bad vibes. And like I'm walking home and it's like, it was still winter, so it was like 7 o'clock and it was dark, right? And I remember I was calling you. I'm like, can you come meet me like halfway? Like, because I'm not digging that this guy is like 10 feet behind me and I can't seem to either walk fast enough, and I don't want to walk slower. Like, I don't want to close the gap on this one.
Yeah.
Right?
I need to make
Not
the gap
feeling
bigger.
comfortable about the running.
Yeah, and like I was literally like power walking, like trying to like get a good like chunk of space. Right? And I'm just, maybe I'm paranoid, but, you know, you hear horror stories, and it's just like, I'm just gonna keep on hustling my butt.
And I know you say you're a big girl and stuff like that, and it is true. Like, you know, you probably could handle yourself very well, honey. You're very good. You're very strong. But, unfortunately, if it came down to two guys with chloroform and all that kind of stuff in a big van, I'm afraid that they might take you. So, yeah, call me. If I can come meet you, I will. You know what I mean? Like, numbers. Safety in numbers.
I don't know.
They can't even take me, for God's sakes.
Like, it's just, you know, that kind of thing, like female walking at night, you just get uncomfortable, right? So it's just like...
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Oh, it's terrifying.
Thankfully, again, I've never really encountered a lot of issues. I've had, you know, my other female friends who have had way worse experiences than I have on multiple occasions, which breaks my heart. You know, I'm very lucky that I've never really dealt with anybody except for my personal just discomfort of, I don't know if something's going to happen, but I'd rather be more cautious than sorry.
Right.
Right? Like, I'm a walking caution sign. I don't take a lot of risks. If I'm uncomfortable, you know I'm uncomfortable.
A walking caution sign.
Oh, I am.
Want to hear kind of a funny story that happened to my friend a week or so ago? Kind of related to the sketchy people in the neighborhood or so. So she was having one of the inspectors there, like the corporate inspection or whatever, going through the store. And there was a guy that was getting arrested, like, just like, I don't know, 5 or 6 stores down. Well, he fucking got away from the cop or whatever after they put the fucking handcuffs on the guy, and he went running down the fucking street.
Oh my gosh!
Went to go run into her store. Like, he had the handcuffs behind the back, so he's like, and he couldn't get the fucking door open because his hands were behind his
my
back.
God!
And then the cops caught him. And they were sitting there like, is that like and she's like, yeah, that's an everyday occurrence here. Like, that's just kind of like casual Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, the amount of people that steal, like, or try and steal from my store is just, like, ridiculous. It's out of control sometimes. Like, my coworker's a lot more ballsy. Sorry, I'm not chasing people down. Like, I'm not putting myself at risk for a couple products. That probably isn't good to say, but
yeah,
you know,
that's what they say. Like, I mean, if somebody comes in to rob you, like, you're supposed to give them the cash. Like, your life should not be valued less to the company than the $300 that's in the till.
It's, you know, like, and it's hard because some people are so sneaky and they're so ballsy too. Like, some people, like, not on my shifts, but, like, there have been people that are just, like, full on, like, I'm going to take this giant-ass dick, and I'm going to run out the door, right? Yeah, but on my shift, they're more sneaky, right?
Did it have the balls attached? Because that would be ballsy.
Right? But it's like, what are you going to... Like, I mean, I know what you're going to do, but it's when the break-ins happen and they steal, like, a shit ton of product, and it's like, so you're just going to try and move all of these stolen dildos? Like...
Do they call that a dong and gong?
A dong and gong?
Like, it just doesn't make sense, you know? It's just like, why? Who would buy a secondhand or like, you know, like black market dildo? It's just a little awkward to me. You know
what it brings to mind? A different meaning to the term snatch and grab.
Yeah, if they're grabbing pocket pussies, it would.
Oh man, no. Ballsy motherfuckers.
That's why the count was off. Should have had 22 that week.
But Ryan's story about the running away from the cop guy reminds me of a story my brother had. What happened to my brother Brandon? I don't know if I brought him up ever on the pod. My brother Brandon was a Marine. He went Marine training and all that stuff, and graduated and came back and everything. Well, one day he was out visiting with my mom. My mom was over at this bar that she likes to visit downtown. People in London know it, St. Regis. And she was having a beer out on the patio and whatnot, having a good time. And my brother Brandon was standing on the other side of the wall, because there's a little wall that divides the patio and the sidewalk. So my brother was standing on the sidewalk, basically. And a cop comes running, like a guy comes running towards my brother, and the cop's coming running, and he's like, stop that guy, kind of thing, right? And my brother, without even thinking, just fucking reached over, grabbed him, fucking turned him around, threw him on the ground, kind of thing, and just kind of put his arm on him, like this guy? Kind of thing. And she's like, holy shit. And he's like, yeah, sorry, I'm a Marine. Like,
you say grab him, I grab him.
Yeah. You said you needed assistance, and this is what a civilian is supposed to do, isn't it? Like, where you said you need help, I'm supposed to help, kind of thing, right? The best I can without hurting myself, kind of thing.
That's like straight up out of the movies, you know, when they're like, seize
I'm sorry.
He's been seized.
It might be weird if he ever does listen to this, but your brother is built like a brick fucking shithouse, man. Like, he is huge.
Yeah.
Like, his arm is the size of my head. Like,
he's a big boy. Big native boy.
Like, you can tell he was a Marine.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
just like jacked. Just boom. Shoulders. Sorry, it's ridiculous. Like, it's insane. Like, I'm just like, whoa, you're related? No offense.
Hey, I got thick shoulders.
You got thick shoulders. You don't have this height.
Hey,
no.
Chris is built like a shit house.
No, honey, that's not how you say that. He's built like a shit.
Burn me good there. Burn me good.
Built like
Okay,
a
now
wooden
for the
shit house.
record, I was just ogling over him the entire time before the podcast because he looks cute as hell today. So I think you're fucking adorable and I love you. I'm just saying that he is like Marine built. It's like weird. It's just like you look like brothers, but you don't look like brothers. You can tell that you're related to your other two brothers, but then Brandon comes in and it's just like, where the fuck did this guy come from?
I think he has more of his dad's look.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I'm just saying, like, because you have like you got Jordan and Justin, right, and then you all have like the long hair, and like you kind of have like Jordan has like the longer face, right, and like the more like native jaw, right. But like you all kind of have that like similar slight look to you. You kind of look like your mom a bit. Right, yeah, so I can see what you're saying. He kind of looks like his dad. I've never seen a picture of his dad, but I'm just saying that, like, there is a slight difference between the siblings, right?
Oh, yeah, we all have different fathers, right? So.
Well, no, not all of them.
Well, Jordan and Justin
and
have
Melissa.
different... Yeah, Melissa, my sister, they all have the same father. Me and Brandon, like, Brandon's dad's different from them, and my dad's different from them as well, so...
Right.
3 different fathers... 5 kids.
Right.
So I see Ryan's about to bust up some other great weed he brought for Explain the Strain. So this is the perfect time to segue.
Segue.
I'm going to make a jingle for Explain the Strain, too. Let me think.
Explain the Strain here.
Explain the Strain.
Not as catchy as Ryan's random articles.
Because Ryan's random articles is literally our theme song.
If you use Explain the Strain, but change out or use Dancing in the Rain, but change out Dancing in the Rain with Explain the Strain. Try that. We might get copyrighted for it, but again, parody bitches.
Hold on.
We can do this.
I gotta get the tune. Okay. Explain the strain. Explain the strain. Explain the strain. Explain.
No, you mean what a glorious feeling when we explain the strain. So, Ryan,
What a glorious
if you will, please.
feeling when we
We're
explain
explaining
the
the
strain.
That's it, folks. That's good.
We got it.
It only took 21 out of 22 episodes, something like that.
Yep.
Whatever we're on.
So this is a really interesting looking weed. It's really nice. It's got a light green color, very lime green. Here, I'll pass around
Oh, for sure.
some of the buds so you guys can take a look, and then I'll bust up a bit so we can all try it out.
That is delicious looking. Oh,
I want to see. Trying not to bang things.
Oh, here, I'll pass the light over for you.
Reach.
Awesome. So,
Oh, okay.
now we got this from Forest City Marijuana, of course, our local dispensary, our favorite dispensary so far.
yeah.
I wonder if they have a jingle.
Hey, if you guys listening, you need one, hit us up. Yeah. We write good jingles, as you just fucking heard.
That was so rough for you, King. I'm like, explain the strain.
Well, we'll fix it in post. Or Spinny, you'll fix it in post.
All I can see is him going, God damn it, guys.
He's gonna hurt this
Fuck you.
And this is how easy we get off topic.
Oh, yeah.
Back to explaining the strain. This weed is called from a supplier called Sheltercraft, and the weed's called prairie grass.
Prairie grass?
Prairie grass. It's also called Bruce Banner. It's called Bee Banner, but we all know Bee Banner, Bruce Banner. That's what that is.
Okay, wait. So the supplier is prairie grass, or it's called prairie grass / Bruce Banner, and that was really hard to say.
The supplier is Sheltercraft.
Oh.
And the strain is called prairie grass / Bruce Banner, I believe.
That's weird.
You know, we'll take a picture. We'll post the label. You can kind of discern the label from there.
Can you see it?
You decide. Oh, God damn it. Now I have that in my head. All I can hear is explain the strain.
Yeah, it is a little confusing, isn't it? Because it's like Sheltercraft X Prairie Grass. And then B Banner, which is Strawberry Diesel and OG Kush. So it's a hybrid. And it's 25.86%. I think I told Ryan to use this one for Explain the Strain because it literally says all this shit on the package. Like, it goes in detail about who the fucking supplier is, who the growers were.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like usually we have to like look up extra information about certain strains because sometimes the packages just don't give you enough.
Yeah.
And
So,
this one does.
This one's got a lot of information here on the back for you. It'll tell you actually who grew it. So it'll actually tell you the sisters from the farm. So farm facts. Grassy Lake, Alberta. That's where this one was grown.
Cool.
And the growers were Olivia Penner and Rebecca Thompson.
Shout out, yo.
Not sure if you wanted to get called out, but I mean, this weed's pretty damn good.
Oh, I know why that name sounds familiar now.
You know her?
No. Well, no, we don't know her, but we know a Thompson
Yeah.
growing up, so it just, maybe.
Oh, okay, that's slightly
Pretty
irrelevant.
common name. But
Yeah, but I just mean, like, that's
So,
why I kept...
grow facts.
All right.
It was grown soilless. Soilless, which means this is hydroponic chronic.
His eyes when he said that were fucking
you
like,
just lit up. It was like, this is hydroponic chronic.
on Christmas morning.
Oh shit.
Oh, that was cute.
It was it's flowering time. Anybody that doesn't know or might not be as educated, the flowering time is when you stick it into budding. So that's when it starts growing the actual buds that you want to smoke. Stuff that they put in here. Mm-hmm. And it was in the budding for 9 weeks. And when they finally did trim it up, harvested it off the plant, it was May 27th. And they hung dry it and then cured it for 3 weeks. And finally packaged the weed on June 24th.
And that's literally all on the back of the package. That's sick.
Oh, yeah. It's got, like, right down to the nitty-gritty. And it's in French, too.
And it's in French, too.
Right down to me.
Ooh la la.
Bilingual. We're in Canada.
Well, pass it around, my friend. Let's try it out.
Let's get some.
Pass it if you got it. Pass it if you got it. Let me just crush up that bud a little bit, and I'll make sure I got some fresh ground for everybody.
Sounds good. Some fresh ground weed is like...
Right? Hydroponic chronic.
Hydroponic chronic.
Fair enough. Anybody wants a little science lesson on that one, they basically grow the weed in a bucket of water, and it just kind of floats there.
Actually, my buddy was telling me, because like I was trying to grow some sprouts the one year, and I could not get them I got them to a certain size, and then they just kind of died on me. And he was showing me his setup through pictures and stuff, and he literally just took a Tupperware bucket, filled the Tupperware bucket with water, cut holes into the bucket, and put the pots into the holes, and then grew them that way.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't use soil. He uses like these stones and stuff like that. And it was decent weed. Like when we got it, like, because he gave us some and it was really good. Like for certain homegrown is rough because some people just don't know what they're doing. He knew what he was doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that is a potent fucking smelling shit. I'm gonna pass that around. Everybody can take a whiff. Pack a bowl. If you got a empty bowl,
Yeah.
feel free.
That
is some strong smelling stuff.
Also, fun fact, Forest City Marijuana, our favorite dispensary, where we get most of our weed stuff, is going to be opening up their own do-it-yourself grow-up, basically, area. So you can go in there and buy like all the stuff you need to do your own growing at home.
That's sick.
Yeah, they'll probably help you out. Like, you got any questions? They'll probably be like, yo, what do you need to know to get started?
Totally
Exactly.
dope. When I went in there, right, I was like looking at all the stuff because, like I said, it was my first time in there, and I was like, oh my god, I want everything. Like, some of the bongs they have in there are so pretty. Some of the rolling trays they have in there, I'm kind of extra like that. I like little trinkets and like accessories, and that's the girl in me. That's the girly side coming out. And they had this like cute purple rolling tray with like leaves on it, and I'm like, oh my god, I need it. Oh my god. Of course, I didn't buy it because I'm broke as fuck, but I'm like, I have enough to get weed. That's what I'm focusing on right now. But yeah, there was a bong in there for a really good price too. That I'm just like, oh, you're pretty. Yeah. If I didn't destroy bongs on a regular basis, I want you.
That's where I bought this bong. Small little bong that I've been using, the little bubbler one to replace the Batman one that broke.
Sad face.
Yeah.
The layout is really nice. I've been to a lot of places, but that's probably what kind of keeps me coming back.
Yeah, it's a good, friendly environment, you know.
It was very open and spacious, and I liked that a lot.
Exactly. You can kind of walk in the door, and within a couple seconds, you're like, all right, I know which cabinet I'm going to go over to.
Yeah.
It wasn't, like, stressful or convoluted at all, which I really appreciate, because, like, you know me. I'm anxious. I'm overwhelmed a lot of the time. So it's just, like, if you can make it as easy as possible where you figure out what I want and, like, how to get there, you know, like, simple layout. When it's too convoluted, I get stressed out, and I'm like, what am I looking at?
Or that sales pressure, like you walk in the door and it's like 3 seconds. It's like, all right, you know what you're here for, and like the pressury sales. Like, I mean, I appreciate that they help you. Out, and they're definitely really helpful. But at the same time, like if you need a couple seconds, they're cool with that too.
Well, the one, like, I think, because Chris went in and said, like, oh, she's just outside, you know, it's her first time in. I couldn't find my ID. It was in the bottom of my bag. So, yeah, I went in and I guess he had already prepped the guy that I hadn't been there in before. So he was just like, okay, so over here you have the sativas and over here you have the indicas and blah, blah, blah. And he kind of laid out the store for me. I'm like, thank you. That's so nice. I mean, I can read, but that's so nice. Like,
yeah, but, you know, it's like, you know, to say, hey, you know, some people don't understand, like, the red ones mean sativa. Or, I mean, yeah, red one means sativa, blue ones mean indica, green ones mean hybrid. You know, because they do all have color coding.
Yeah, it's all
on each
color
tag.
coded and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, so it's a good, good
Good
setup.
system.
And they have one side that's all pre-rolls, one that's all vape pen stuff.
Extracts and then edibles and stuff like that. So it's chill. I like it.
Might buy some more edibles for the next pod.
Yeah, we haven't had edibles in a while.
That was like the first 2 episodes. I was going back the other day looking at them. And I was like, holy shit, I hadn't had bought a soft drink in like forever.
yeah.
They were fucking good. I remember the Baker Street one, the Deep Space.
Oh yeah, that was the one that I was like,
Yeah.
Had the kombucha girl look on.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I was like, not bad.
It'd be good now because like my brother Justin, my brother, I brought him up, I'm sure. He just told me about No Man's Sky, so I started playing that recently. I've been putting pictures on Twitter about it. And,
Is that different from I thought you were playing Deep Space.
No, that was the drink.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. That would be good for me playing No Man's Sky.
I thought that was a video game too for some reason.
Well, Dead Space is a game.
Thank you. That's what I was thinking
I don't
of.
play that. I beat that a long time ago. I don't play that anymore. I don't play that shit anymore. No, but No Man's Sky is pretty fun. Like I like the whole aspect of it. It's like Minecraft / Ark / traveling the vistas.
Traveling the Vista.
Oh, I should rename my fucking spaceship the Vista Cruiser.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Literally cruise
the vistas.
Oh, I think we should smoke weed about
I
that.
agree
For
because
sure. This is the good shit.
I need to watch that show.
So this is that bowl that everybody just packed of Bruce Banner prairie grass,
Yeah.
straight from Alberta. Oh, another interesting fact.
Prairie grass. It's from Alberta. That makes sense. Oh.
Developed in British Columbia, processed in Saskatchewan, cultivated across Canada.
Cultivated across Canada.
Well, there you go.
For some reason, okay, this is gonna sound really weird. Do you guys ever get like phrases or like voice like people like things from movies, but like you can hear the voice of the actor like in your head kind of thing, and you just have that constant like one-liner running through your head about something like that?
Oh yeah, it's kind of like an earworm. I get that with
Yeah.
music or movies.
Well, you want to know what my earworm is right now? Mm-hmm. Coming soon to home video.
That's terrible.
I get like that sometimes.
That's torture.
Like, that's all I'm hearing in my... I don't know if it's because I'm really fucking baked, but, like, and then I have that 20th Century Fox thing come up. It's just like, coming soon to home video. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, you know, right?
Do you ever get names?
Where you overanalyze a name? Yeah, I did that with my own name.
Not like overanalyze it, but like the same thing with that, just constantly playing over in your head.
Like just a name?
Of like
Yeah, I had that the other day.
phrase or just a name. Just
You want to know what name I had stuck in my head?
what?
Omri from Indian in the Cupboard.
Oh, not Omri Katz from Hocus Pocus?
No.
How popular is the name Omri? Like, this is the first time I've ever heard it.
No, but I was sitting there and I'm like, ooh, that is a nice name. Right? Because we love that movie. That's one of our favorite movies. I'm
Right,
like,
right.
Omri Moore. Well, that's going on the list.
Okay.
For our non-existent children. It's cute. I like it. And it works for boy or girl.
Yeah, it does. Oms. For short. Yeah.
Sorry, child talking now. Wow. Anyway,
What
our
did you
non-existent children.
What did you think about that joke you just said?
It was good. It got 20th Century Fox stuck in my head.
Right? Oh, God.
Coming soon to home video. It's got to be in all of your heads.
No, see, I still have the thing I was stuck in my head. For some reason, I think it's because I was listening to a podcast, and they had mentioned Brad Dourif, and ever since then, it's just Brad Dourif. Just randomly, Brad Dorff.
Okay, now, the other opposite end of that, though, have you ever overanalyzed a name so much that it sounds fucking weird, or a word, and it makes it sound so fucking weird? It's like, how did we come up with this word? Why is this a thing? Like, I've overanalyzed my name so much that I'm like, wow, there's a lot of syllables I didn't realize that are actually in my name, and I'm just like, Katrina. And I'm like overanalyzing it to the point where it sounds weird, and then I'm like disturbed because of my own name. Have you ever had that?
Yeah, I do that with Bologna.
Bologna. Bologna, because bologna is spelt Bologna.
Yeah.
I do that too.
There's one other thing that I do that with too. Quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
I call it the quesadilla.
Jalapeno.
Okay, Ricky.
Jalapeno.
Jesus.
Jalapeno.
Just butcher that word right over.
I know. Oh, the fucking vines of pronouncing things incorrectly.
That guy.
We're so supposed.
What was that supposed to be?
It's another thing I noticed too on our podcast. You always have a weird just nonsense of just.
Do I?
Maybe not in every episode, but a lot.
I'm a lot. I'm sorry, people.
Oh, we love you because you're pretty.
Is that going to be a running theme? It's like, it's fine. At least you're pretty. It's like, but I don't even have that.
Oh. Shh, you do too.
Thanks. Awkward silence.
Well, I'm trying to think what I think of this weed because it is good. I'm just trying to get a good taste for it.
I'm just going to smoke a little more.
That's pretty good, but like 26%, man. I think I need to start lowering that percentage a little bit, or save this for bedtime.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab one of these fucking Moral Dilemma cards.
Oh.
Got a little stack here for, you know.
Before you do that, though, I made it my own moral dilemma.
Oh.
Yes. And I wanted to bring it to the table. And
What makes you think your mortal dilemma comes first?
well, it's a pretty good one. It's pretty fucked up, though. I used moral dilemma rules. I made sure it was fucked up.
Okay.
I didn't know there was rules for
And
mortal.
it is kind of unfair that Spinny's not here for it. But it's okay. I can always make up more. Because I might just do that from now on, make up some of my own.
Okay.
So here we go. You're in need of a new laptop. And you find someone selling a brand new iMac laptop or the newest, best
Whatever I
laptop
need.
you can get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For iPod or iMac, whatever. For like $500. And you're like, what? No way.
No way.
So you go and get it. You bring it home. You check it out. Everything seems fine. Everything looks good. Everything's fine. Everything's good. But you stumble across a file. And on that file is some very graphic child stuff. And now here's the moral dilemma. Do you delete that whole file and just scrap that fucking thing completely? Or, and like keep that laptop, whatever, so you have this, $1,000, like $10,000 laptop for $500? Or do you turn that laptop into the police and have them catch that sick motherfucker?
Turn it in. Because
There's a slight possibility or risk that perhaps the cops don't believe you got it from somebody secondhand, and perhaps you are now charged with possession.
But why would you
Turn yourself
in like that?
Yourself in.
Like, it's a crime. You're going to get slammed for it. Why would I go in and be
I
I
only
got
said it
this
was-
secondhand. Ha 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 ha. Don't believe me? That's too bad. Here you go. These are my wrists. You can put me in jail. like, unless, like, no. No. What's going to more likely happen is if you keep it, there's never a way to fully delete something, okay? So you're running a risk more by keeping that computer of getting charged with
You
something.
misinterpreted that. I think you should definitely turn it into the authorities. I only suggested there's probably a 5-ish% chance that they don't believe you. 95% chance they're like, yeah, you know what, that makes sense. Makes sense. But either way, you do not want to be keeping that laptop because now you're the guilty culprit. Even if you're not the one that put it on there, you deleted it, you tried to get it off there.
There's always going to be that trail. And, like, I would rather lose that piece of equipment and have a sick bastard caught than...
Right, and you just found
have
the
a new
culprit.
piece of equipment. Right? Like, I mean...
No, it would be too much to ask the police if you could have it after.
Now that's a conversation.
Yeah. You catch this guy? Can I, like, have the laptop back?
Reward. Come on.
It's like, I don't want
That
money.
kind of sounds creepy when you say it like that.
No, it's like, I don't want money. I just need that to be able to make money. To work. So can I have that back? Like, I need to be able to use that.
Or at least $500. Because I am out $500.
Yeah, like, can I at least have what I paid for the computer back?
Yeah, just the money that I spent for the laptop would be decent. Yeah.
I would accept that.
Even minus $50, I'll take a.
I mean, I'll take a hit. You want to give me it for $450? Like,
I'll let you give me back $400 if I get to punch the guy. Yeah. After you catch him, just let me just get one in. Just no one needs to know.
Man.
Oh, $350 was confiscated weed.
The one nut punch that I got that was in really good, I felt the worst after.
What?
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 Okay.
What?
I need a buddy of mine in the balls, but it was like the perfect fucking shot. And I felt so fucking bad after, but it was the perfect shot. Like, I was just like, it was gold. Like, if I had actually hated him, it would have been perfect. But
but you didn't hate him, so you kind of felt bad. It was
I
almost too
did.
good of it.
Well, here's the situation, okay? My friend who was dating him at the time, they were fighting, and it was teenage drama. I was a bitch. So my friend was like, "Oh my God, so and so did this, blah 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 blah. Can you like punch him in the dick?" So I'm like, I've got this. So I walked up to him like, "Yo, what's up?" Gave him a hug and I just fucking kneed him right in the dick. He went down. And then afterwards I'm like, maybe that was a little too hard. Oops. And I felt really bad. I did, because I was like 15. Right? So you don't think about your consequences until the consequences happens, right? And he's just like on the floor like, what did I do to you? And I'm just like, technically, you didn't do anything to me.
See, when you first brought that up, I thought you meant you already punched a pedophile or something in the dick.
Oh, I wish. That would be sick.
That's what he meant by it. It felt good, but at the same time, I felt kind of bad after.
No, I wouldn't. If it was a pedophile, I would not feel bad. No, the fact that it was just my friend who'd pissed off his girlfriend, I was like, yeah, 15-year-old me feels bad about that.
Yeah.
Like, oops.
Yeah.
Because as an adult, I'm like, that was a dick move.
Mm-hmm,
that was a real bitch. That was a dick move. But I still think about how good and aimed that shot was. And I'm like, I really wish I had hated him so it counted, you know?
I might get some flack from some guys about this, but isn't getting punched in the tit almost the same feeling or something?
No, I doubt it.
I can't say because I don't have a dick. I have been told, and I can't say this either because I don't have a dick and I haven't had childbirth, but I was watching an episode of Grey's Anatomy, and she's like, she's in the middle of giving birth, and obviously it's acting, but the way she describes it, he's just like trying to like talk her down, and she's like, well, it kind of feels like my like stomach is in my chest right now, and I'm really like like, I've got chills and it's cold and like there's just like I can't see. It's just like I'm blinded by pain. And he's like, yeah, that's kind of what it's like. Yep.
Yeah, it kind of is.
I can't. That's not exactly how she described it. I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember. But the way she described it was just so perfect. And he was like, yeah, that sounds about accurate.
Well, isn't it also true that girls can also be kicked there too? And
Yeah, it's called being boxed, and it fucking hurts.
I'm sorry.
Being boxed.
You never heard that term?
I don't think
I mean,
have.
No. Oh my god, that was such a common phrase when I was in high school. Like, just like I'm gonna freaking kick her in the box. Like it's just it was your box, and like.
Well, I know it's referred as the box, but I've never heard someone say, "Oh, you hear what happened to Sheila? What? She got boxed yesterday."
Yeah, like
boxed.
it's got yeah. That's what we called it, and when I was in high school, it was just getting boxed, and it just was like, oh my god.
Why are you walking funny? I got boxed yesterday.
Pardon my language, but I definitely I've heard it referred to as
A cunt punt? A cunt punt.
I've heard that.
Yeah. Well, see, this is like kid appropriate version of a cunt punt, where it's like you're not really saying the word,
boxed.
you know, and you're just like,
Boxed.
I got boxed. Yeah. And you can't get in trouble for saying that in front of teachers and shit like that, right? So it's like, I'm gonna box you. You don't really technically.
How old were you? How young were you girls doing this to each other? Jeez.
High school.
You guys are vicious. Jeez.
Oh man, and it wasn't just the fuck. What was even worse is when the fucking guys would fucking do it, and that sounds even worse because they're guys.
Is there such thing as a twat swat?
Twat.
A twat swat.
Twat swat?
Yeah, twat. So you slap him on the pussy.
I'm sorry. All I can hear is Tom Segura. Survey says, ping! No, it's Bert Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer, yeah.
It's Bert Kreischer. Survey says, ping! Okay, if you haven't fucking watched that, do you remember which one it is?
I think that's Hey Big Guy.
Hey Big Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Oh shit. Oh my gosh. I was crying during that freaking stand up. He got to that part and I'm just in fucking tears. Oh gosh. I'm done. I'm gonna pack a toke.
Yeah, everybody pack a toke because it's time to smoke a bowl. Oh, but yeah. Again, you can find us on Twitter at Always More Pod, and Facebook and Instagram at Always Room for More Podcast. That's where we post all our pictures of the weed and the shit we talk about, and well, anything we really want to talk about, really.
Those social medias are waiting for your follows.
Yeah, go drink our social meads. Get it? Because meads. You know, what like Vikings drink. So, our social medias, go drink them.
Can I just...
By drink, I mean follow, like, and share, please.
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta make a brew, like a home brew beer or some shit.
That would involve us liking to drink.
Well, Spinny likes beer.
Spinny likes beer. I don't enjoy beer at all.
I'd rather make a mixed drink of something mixed together with, like, vodka, Kraken, or whatever we have, and just kind of make it something.
I was thinking of calling it more mead.
I was gonna say always room for more alcohol. Smoke weed about it?
Smoke weed about it. I wish I had a freaking thing like Thor so I could be like, smash another!
That's some pretty good shit.
Right? Well, thanks for coming along for the high. Because there's always room for more.